So this is why I encourage you to eat slowly, eat less, and eat well. The more organic and whole and farm to table you can get, the more common sense you will have, among other things, called good health. I love this one. Have the patience to wait till your mud settles and the water is clear. And muddy water is best cleared by leaving it alone. So stop stirring your own pot. I believe Alan, I'm quite sure Alan has crossed on to other dimensions of opportunities for growth and learning. But this is one guy that his humor, his forthrightness resonates with me. Oh, this is a good one. No work or love will flourish out of guilt, fear, or hollowness of heart. Ouch. No work or love will flourish out of guilt, fear, or hollowness of heart. You know, I'm in the business of counseling people. That's what I do during the day. And I can't tell you, so frequently, there is no love for their work or for their relationship. And they cannot understand the danger of that and the fact that it cannot flourish. So you need to really be examining your life. It's interesting. I just submitted an article yesterday for my precious Jeff and his Connect 10 magazine. And it's, of course, for August because we have to think forward. And it had to do with in the season of autumn, which I'll be talking about as we get there. But it's the opportunity to have the dead leaves drop from the trees of your life. Okay? So whatever is not flourishing may have to drop off in the autumn time. In the summertime, you still get to try to make it flourish because summer is fire. Oh, this is so interesting. He did have a good sense of humor. We do not come into this world. We come out of it. Many of the mystics know, and this is so terrifying for Western ideology, you're born to experience and then get out. Get out of Dodge. Oh no, let's cling on. Let's cling on to that bed in the nursing home for 25 years, even though you're practically a vegetable. That's because the consciousness is sunk to an all-time low. And people have completely forgotten not only who they are, but the fact was you took a body, be it fully, and when that beingness is tired being that, go forward, jump out. Now, I'm not giving you permission to throw yourself under the train. I'm not doing that at all. I'm really encouraging you, live fully. And truly, trust me, when you have done that and it's time to move on in life, you will, and you'll do it easily and effortlessly. I figure this was a message so attuned to me. It's probably one of the last. Oh, that was last message. Ooh, do not pretend to a love which you do not actually feel. Ouch. Never pretend to a love which you do not actually feel. But the one that I had to laugh and go, all right, I hear you. Stop aspiring and start writing. It is time for me to really put my book of healing up and out there. So start writing and get it out there. I do want to talk so that's about for Alan. Now I'm going to talk about Elaine Bartlett's book called Prosperity Portal, A Cosmic Gateway to the Land of Plenty, which is the book that I published and released a couple of months ago. You know, I don't say much about it, not because I don't like it. I simply am not a good one to promote myself. And I get so enthused about, oh, wait, I've got a different message for you. So let me get that out to you. But I had a very interesting awakening with this book over the 4th of July weekend, actually, which by the time you hear this will seem like a long time ago. But I met with a lovely couple that have been friends of mine for many years. He has been a very blessed businessman. His business acumen is wonderful, and therefore there is tremendous bounty available for him, for his wife, and for the family. But they know me well enough, and they watch my progress over the years. And so one of their first questions was, how's the book? How's it coming? Well, thankfully, I had thought ahead of time and brought them each a copy of my book and said, well, here it is. Now, I know that it's a book about prosperity, but as I had been driving to see them and concerned that, geez, they've got everything, particularly money, they don't need a prosperity book. And yet, suddenly, I understood, holy smokes, the book is not about money. The book is about all prosperities. So as I took each one in turn and said to them, all right, again, I said, here's the trick with this book. You don't read it. It's very frustrating to me when someone tells me they've read my book. I'm like, it wasn't to be read. It was to be experienced. It was to be ingested slowly, like savoring a wonderful brandy, for heaven's sake. And so you sip it and you stay with it. And so I had them take a sip. And so each one came up with a page, and then they kind of read it. And I could see, yeah, okay, I got it. And okay, they were like done with it. And I know that is the basic format of human beings. They're impatient. So I lovingly took the book from the wife first and addressed her and said, beloved. And I read the words to her. I'm going to read it first to you, the words as they are, and then from the author's perspective. So it says, the spectrum of possibility is infinite. Here, golden opportunities incubate while awaiting the ideal circumstances and moment in which to hatch. Okay, fine. She kind of got it. And that's when I said, no, let me take it for you. The spectrum for you of possibility is infinite. What possibilities would you possibly like to create? In the spectrum of your creation, all of the golden opportunities of the universe incubate, and they await the ideal circumstances and the perfect moment in which to hatch in your life. And then I looked at her and said, what possibilities are you incubating? And she looked and she said, well, I want my work to be very largely accepted by mankind. She's done a great body of work in a certain discipline. And I want it to be recognized at this event. But I know that can't ever happen. And then I looked at her and I showed her the simple demonstration of I put my right foot down very firmly and said, that's the boat of I want it to happen. And that's in the spectrum of possibility. And then I firmly put my left foot down and said, and that's in the boat of doubt and self-undoing. Therefore, you can't get your wish. And then I moved my legs apart as if the boats were drifting apart. And I looked at her with great love and said, and now I'm about to fall into the water. And so you have aborted the spectrum of possibility in this one instance. Why? And she smiled and got the message. So even though it appears to be a book on prosperity, this was a prosperity about her life and her thinking. So I encourage you who have the book, would you look again and think again? Here's one. I just opened to page 32. There it simply says, open to opulent opportunities. Okay, and you'd slam the book shut. Got it. And I would say to you, not so fast. And I would address it like this. And so, beloved, the universe is lovingly tapping you on the forehead to open up to all sorts of wonderful and opulent opportunities. You want to share where you're afraid to do that? And you'd be surprised when you ask yourself the next question and you don't just take it so glibly, a whole story pours out of you. Oh, I'm afraid of new opportunities could be a thought. Oh no, the universe doesn't open opportunities for me. Well, then I would say, well, just a second, because I was driving up to see you before, and I thought I was going to gift you with a prosperity book, but all of a sudden I'm gifting you with opportunities. So I, indeed, myself had a new opportunity to see the work that I lovingly labored over. It's larger than I thought. And actually, humorously, I discovered the same thing about my first book, The Spiritual Laws. It is so much not what it appears on those pages if you will just take a moment and not be so glib with open to opulent opportunities. Okay, I got it. Yeah, no. What opportunities would you like to create? You see, it's endless in its opportunities for you. There was another one that then I turned to her husband, my friend, and he was kind of doubtful about the whole process. Oh, I hope I can find it. Because remember, he's the guy that made beaucoup money. So he was thinking, what the heck? Probably not so much for me here. Well, can I find it? Here it is. Okay. So he reads it, and here it is. Dream a new dream. Dream the dream of ever-present, infinite supply. He didn't really get it. And so again, I took the book, lovingly addressed him as beloved. It's time for you to dream a new dream. Do you hear the words? Do you need a new dream? Well, I know where he's at in his life, and a big whole season has closed. And the words go on to say, dream the dream of ever-present, infinite supply, which is not about money. What would you now like to create? Maybe it's a new foundation for some people in need. Maybe you want to go take oil painting lessons. But it nailed it because it said to him, we know you need to dream a new dream. And you know, we're all very fragile. Without a new dream, we can leave at any time because the dream's over. You hopped out of your own dream boat. You are your own dream boat, you know. If you keep thinking you're looking for a dream boat outside yourself, not so fast, not truthful. So hop into your own dream boat. That's the presence within. That's your understanding of, that's your soulmate, actually, your dreams within. That's your twin flame, the hidden part of the essence of you.